Hello, everybody, and welcome back or welcome to episode 12 of Mad Dialogue with me, Michelle.
And me, Skylar.
And this week we have no idea what we're talking about at all. So we're just going to play it by ear. But there's one little thing, that I just want to mention. It's really annoying me, and I don't know why. I do know why, but my question is this. And this is, I don't know if they do this anywhere else. I just know that they've recently started doing it on the bottles of Coke for a fact. The lids that don't come off.
Been complaining about that.
Days. First it was paper straws, and now it's lids that don't come off.
Because basically, to be fair, with the lids, like it pissed me off at the start because I was like, what the fuck, like, why can't I take my lid off? But I didn't understand why everyone was making a big deal, because I was like, guys, it's just lids. Until the day I bought a Coke at college and I'm drinking my Coke and the lid flew and whacked me in my top lip. So best believe I am not a fan of them lids anymore. Because at first I was like, why is everyone making a big deal? And then the lid fucking clattered me in my face.
Don't make me laugh. No, the thing about it is, now that didn't happen to me because obviously more times still I'm just dealing with the big bottles of Coke because I'm that bitch. Not really. I'm just dealing with the big bottles of Coke. But for me, it's you have to get it lined up correctly in order to screw it back on
that too. I'll
properly.
Be there for him.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know how many seconds that has taken from me? Yeah. Like
Coke
there are enough things in life that are annoying enough. Yeah. Without that being added to it. Whose idea was it? And I'm sorry. Yeah. Whosever idea it was a stupid idea.
Like, I totally get
if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Obviously, it's for recycling, innit? So, you know, I get the thought behind it because they want it to be recycled together. But then again, I'm like, for one, I always dash away my lid screwed on.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know about them other people, but I thought the majority.
If you don't put your lid back on your empty bottle before you dispose of it, you're an animal. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
And that's who we're trying to protect as well. I'm just saying.
All right, but no, okay, fair enough. Yeah, but still,
like, no. After it hit me in my lip, I was like, yeah, fuck this. Like, actually, because I thought it wasn't that deep. Like, honestly, I can live with it. But now I'm like,
no. There's so many. There's so many things where they think it makes sense, like trying to get into a box of laundry liquid tabs. Yeah, there was no surf, so I had to get bold, and you have to press in 2 buttons on the either side and then pull the lid up. And once again, I understand that it's for safety reasons for children and this, that, and the other. But my goodness.
Yeah, and then, but you know what, like sometimes, like with that sort of thing, that I really do just have to look at it. Like, luckily, you know, I won't have to rush anyone to A&E because they've ingested.
Yeah, I get that. I listen. I managed to keep all you lot alive for as long as I have.
Know, but that's the thing. If you just put them in a high cupboard,
that's
really
what I'm saying.
What was going on like back in the day? How many people were really ingesting?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying.
Like, we kept like bleach and stuff.
I think in my day, growing up, I think the most that had safety caps on them was medication. Yeah, I remember that, like the the yellow flavored amoxicillin. You had to push down the lid and screw it off, like so. I all of that, but I don't really remember a lot of safety things put in place on household detergents and so on and so forth. Do you know what I mean? Because even now there's certain things where they don't have nothing on that. So yeah, so I find them, especially, like I said, I understand the ones for the children, like children's safety, but them the Coke bottle, paper straws, like, come on, we have enough to deal with.
For real, because sometimes I'll be drinking my drink and then it just closes up on me.
It makes you scared to drink. No, I'm joking, but seriously, I just wanted to get that off my chest because it had been bothering me. And I know I'm not the only one, because obviously you said it. And so there must be other people that it annoys too. So, yeah. So that's your nails look nice, by the way. I know I looked at them before, but they look really pretty. But yeah, so that I find that really annoying. But yeah, so do we even really want to talk about that dude? I mean, there's so much.
No, stop, because I didn't realise the song was him the other day. It was the same with R. Kelly. Yeah, talk about Diddy. you know, with R. Kelly, I didn't realize Ignition was his song, yeah. And now with Diddy, I didn't realize the song. Oh, how does it go? I was actually listening to it yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is him.
But you see what? Yeah, when he first came out back in the day, he called himself Puff Daddy. Yeah, and then along the way, he changed it to Diddy. And I have to be honest with you. I remember when he first came out. I remember Biggie. I remember Tupac. Yeah, and I loved Biggie and Tupac. Yeah, loved them. But with him,
oh my gosh, that's so creepy. I just went to go search the song and then immediately saying about
Diddy, right?
Just Diddy.
And I always used to look at him and be like, there is something about that guy I do not like.
Yeah.
Only for all of this to come out years later, and I'm kind of annoyed with some people. What's that?
Missing You.
Right, Feathers.
I didn't realize that was him, and I love that song.
Yeah, but you see, Israel said to me, it was only yesterday. Israel said, "Oh, you really like that song with it," and I said, "I know which one it was," and I said, "And it was for Biggie." Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
literally. So it's like, but like that, at least then I can kind of be like, well, you know, like Faith Evans is on it, you know, and it's about Biggie, you know, I can kind of, but then again, it's like, I wish there was a way to listen to a lot of these artists' music without them profiting from it.
That as well, but you know,
it sucks. People be making good music and doing the weirdest shit.
The thing that got to me is when Cassie came out and was speaking about the abuse that she had suffered from him, there were actually people that were saying that they didn't believe her. And I was like, for what reason would this woman have to just jump up and be like, do you know? Because and it's always funny.
A lot of these, like the women that do lie about this shit, though, most case scenario, they do end up getting caught out about it. So that's another thing. It's like, why would a woman, especially, you know, who's got a name like that, go and say something like that, but knowing that it could backfire?
Especially because she had already gone on to get, you know, marry somebody else. She's got her daughters and everything. So, you know, and it's people saying, oh, you know, they always say, oh, why did it take so long for her to say something? Right. If you have ever been in a situation like that, you would full well understand why it took so long for her to come forward. Like, do you see the amount of power that man, well, I would say has, but it's no longer that, is it? Because you know, he's been, well, he's locked up right now. So from, you know, it's gone that deep, you know, already that he's fallen from grace.
Do you know Kevin Hart was at his parties?
There's apparently, there's a lawyer addressed it out in the news saying that there are a lot of people that whose names are going to be brought out, but he didn't allude to anybody at that given time. So then there's all that speculation now of whose name is going to come out.
Everyone and their nan left early. Like, yeah, sure you did. The fact that, who is it? Some uncle. I don't even know who he is, but he was like around where the celebrities, and he posted up and he was like, oh yeah, before anyone says anything, I've been to a Diddy party, but I left early, yet you're in bed with Diddy. And who was it that he was with? Aaliyah.
Listen,
and I said, the fact that you're in bed with Diddy means you didn't leave early.
Listen, from you went to the party, that is it. Yeah, whether you left early or not, you was at the party, end of. So don't even bother with that. And now a lot of sympathy is coming out for Justin Bieber, because obviously he was a child when he was introduced to Diddy. And so therefore, just from interviews that he has done, even in more recent times, and how emotional he has been in them, you know, it doesn't take a genius to work it out. It really doesn't. And so it's whether he will come forward.
But you know, a lot of men, even if they were children, don't really feel, you know, that they can.
Yeah, but
who was it Roxanne said about like Bow Wow, Lil Bow Wow?
He was at the parties.
No. From when he was a picnic. Like people had like with him, like bear stuff. There was another one, not Lil Bow, but there was another one. Lil Satin.
Lil Wayne.
No.
I know he suffered abuse, sexual abuse. I'm not saying so much within the industry, but I know that he has experienced it.
Yeah.
You know, that, and it's a thing, like you say, it's hard for women to come to speak up about those things, much less men.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I get it, but I do feel that maybe if Justin Bieber did speak up on it, that it would help
but
other
then
people.
again, you're thinking, what's stopping him? Like, I'm not being funny, especially being in that industry from when you're a baby to now. There's like,
yeah, but the thing about it is
that he can actually speak on a lot of stuff. Who's to say it's not even people that are still working with
that's
him
what I was
till
going to
now
say.
that
That's what I was
didn't,
going to say, because
you know?
let's be for real. It's not just Diddy that is guilty of these things.
Exactly.
It's only that Diddy has been caught out.
Yeah.
So like the point you make, there's other people that could well be involved that are still around him. And so, yeah, and it's that thing again. Just because Diddy's where he is, it doesn't mean that he don't have people on the outside that can do whatever he needs them to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like,
so it's those things there that you have to think about as well. But at the end of the day, yeah, I don't care. I'm glad he's been caught. I'm so glad, because when I say my spirit never took to that dude, and I'm not being funny yet. I know over the years people age and so on and so forth. So in a lot of ways, that's what will make their appearance change. But he's really changed. It's almost like this is what I always say is that, like, you could look at somebody and they just look so gorgeous to look at.
Yeah.
But they're not a nice person, or they're a nice person, so it shines through even more. They look even more beautiful. It's the same way that someone can look, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have ever looked at him and said he was ugly. I think he looks ugly now.
100%.
But I never thought he was ugly back in the day. But it just seems to me the more evil he became is the more that was coming out of him.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So that it's like I could feel my whole face change when I'd look at him like, you're disgusting. And especially after I saw that video of when she was trying to get away from him. So they were in a hotel. He'd gone to get a shower and she was seen coming down the hallway, and then she'd got to the lift, and then you saw him coming, and then you saw what happened. Like, man dragged her, kicked her. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, so I'm so glad, because I mean, and the hotel would have covered that up.
Yeah,
they would,
100%.
he would have paid them for that footage, whatever.
No one
And
could
so
pay me fucking enough, fam.
Right, and so
Like,
if that's how man was flexing, and anybody could have seen him, because anybody could have come out of their hotel room, come out of that lift, and that's how he was going on. Imagine what he would do behind closed doors. Imagine, because that same clip there, that video footage, there was one that was shown before that, and it was her on the floor, and she was covering herself up with it. It looked like a cardigan, like a big cardigan, and he was telling her to go and basically fix herself up so that they could go out for a walk and everything. But every time, like, because you know what I'm like, I scan everything, and I am convinced there was splotches or blotches of blood near her, and nobody ever mentioned that. Do you know what I mean? And I just think to myself, people like him, there's a special place in hell for them, for him. Seriously, people like him, there's a special place in hell, and he will deserve everything that comes to him, because like I said, if that's what he did to her, imagine what he's done to countless people. And like, Justin Bieber was a child. He wasn't the only child that Diddy's got his hands on. And the thing that hurts me is he has children himself. Literally. So how can you be doing
so many of these people have children themselves? So
because even
not their children, even business.
Even one of the because there's been X amount of people that have come forward now, and the youngest is about 8 or 9, and it's supposed to be a little boy. Right, 8 or 9. Okay, and I'm not even going to go into that too much, because I'm like, where was the parents? Hello? Obviously, because I'm not being funny.
Part of it.
Okay, like I said, I'm not even. No, do you know what? I'm going to say it. There are some parents that will sell their children to people.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of the time, the parents are part of it.
Yeah, they will sell their children to these people, and then when everything. Oh, I didn't know.
Right.
Do you really think,
People are believing
I'm
that shit.
leaving my child with, I don't care who you are. Now,
Mm.
everybody knows how much I love Will Smith, and I ain't saying anything's wrong with Will Smith. I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't leave Ernie with
But
Will Smith on his own.
the same,
Why?
It's the same with like the Michael Jackson thing, though. It's like the whole thing. It's like, oh, like, did he touch the kids? Did he not? Did he? So, anyways. But my thing is who in their right mind is letting their kid have a sleepover with a grown man in the first place?
This is what
Whether
I'm
or not he
saying.
was touching
But
them,
you see,
or-
but it's what people will do for money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, obviously, there's some people. Listen, I've read stories, yeah, where a woman couldn't pay her drug bill, or she wanted drugs, and she gave the man her daughter. She gave the man her daughter, obviously for that reason, and he ended up killing the little girl, and she did that for drugs. You understand? So imagine these parents that there's a celebrity wants to spend time with their child.
Fuck yeah, they'll be like to meet them.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm
So-
saying? Like, oh, you can come again next week if you want. Like, are you freaking mad?
I don't.
Yeah. So bun fire them, because I don't care. Yeah. Okay, Justin Bieber's mum, right? She might not have known what the industry was about, but you cannot tell me that when your son came back from Diddy's party, my man wasn't moving different. Yeah, you must have seen in your child that there was something not right.
Obviously they don't
Like,
care.
I know when there's something wrong with you guys, and that could just be because you've just had a shit day at college. Do you understand what I'm saying? Much less. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of these parents are to blame. But yeah, so I'm glad that he's been caught now, and I hope he gets everything that he deserves, and I hope that list comes out soon, because I want to know, because this is like the next Jeffrey Epstein.
It literally is, though. Like, there's already a few lists out. Like,
So I want to know who's on this list, because I hear that
people.
Ellen's name might be on it as well, because she was always, they've got like he's been on the Ellen show a lot of times apparently.
Yeah.
So
Obviously, like Beyonce, Jay-Z, all of them, like the
Yeah.
Stephen Hart, bare people.
so let's see then. Let's see.
But this was, yeah.
That listen, as soon as that list comes out, that'll be the next whatever episode it will be, if we will be discussing it. But we'll leave it here. Excuse me. So, sending an abundance of love and light. It's goodbye from me.
Bye from me. Yes, I don't like saying that. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye.